Salutations, everybody. My name is Monkey Shrapnel from the guys who play. Why am I stuck on a tree? My name is Monkey Shrapnel from the guys who play games. Back with some more Diablo 2. Resurrected. We're playing the Warlock. Whoa ho ho. We're gonna probably finish Act 2. I'm gonna actually quickly cut away. Well, I'm not gonna cut away, but I have to quickly look up the Malice rune word because I forgot to actually do that. What do you mean there's no text on this screen? Give me the damn rune word. Okay, it's if LF. So it's if LF. Let me just double check. If LF. Alright. Boom. There you go. New rune word. For my juicy. I was about to call him sexy. I guess, you know what? Fuck it. He can be my sexy merc. Why not? I hope you put that to good use. Alright, let me turn that down a smidgen. Alright.
I'll put that to good use.
I guess I'll just. Yeah, I mean, it's just a basic scythe with 1 cool damage on it, so I'll just sell it. I did go out of my way to get this new Dirk. It has +2 to Blood Oath instead of +1, and it comes with 3 levels of Death Mark. Why not? The other stuff is obviously just completely pointless, but I'm never going to smack with it, so I don't really care that much anyways, whatever. It was rather expensive. It cost like half my gold, but it should be fine because, like I said, I'm never going to smack with it, so... I don't know. I'm still not 100% sure what I want to focus on, because it's like... It feels like focusing on the Goatman is going to be kind of boring, but it's also like... I mean, what else am I going to do? Because, like, if I'm using Blood Boil, that's, like, what you want to do, right? Summon or bind a demon to learn its secrets. Sacrifice your demon. Huh. I have no idea. Well, we'll find out. That's level 30. We'll see that by some point. I don't know. Because, like, feels like the Goatman is just going to be the one that works the best with Blood Boil. But I guess there's nothing wrong with the Tainted. It's just the Tainted does fire damage, and then this also mostly does... Well, it doesn't mostly, but it focuses more on fire damage, so it makes sense to have the Goatman do more, you know, physical. Plus they have that crushing blow, which is nice. But then again, this guy gives me the fire resist, which is also nice. I don't know. But we'll see when I level up and I'll figure out. But for now, I'm just going to summon 2 Goatmen. Because admittedly, that crushing blow is very appealing. So, like, I'm not surprised. Alright, where was the city? Did we find it already? Or no, I just got here and then I just was like, oh yeah, we're going good. Anyways, there's the stairs. Let me turn this down just a smidge more. Alright. Hopefully this eclipse doesn't bone me too hard. Yeah, get him, guys. Oh, let me, I almost forgot. My classic no pickup. As far as there's no shortcut for this, honestly. Like, the other commands have, like, but it's I guess because all the ones that show up in the thing there are text commands, not, like, actual, like, game commands. Hey, wow. Oh, I got faked out by the thing. Damn. Alright, fair enough. Anyways, I do not care about the last city, so I'm just wandering around, ignoring everything. I mean, if we see Dark Elder, you know, maybe I'll hang out with him. Actually, wait. Speaking of which... Is that Dark Elder? No, that's a completely different guy. Alright, let me summon some more Goatmen. It's actually a bit of a hectic area, huh? Oh well. Doesn't really matter. Pick up the charms and drink every single potion ever, so then who cares, right? That's how it goes. Alright. It's hard to tell. I wonder if there's, like, Like, do they actually stack when multiple goatmen are staying on top of the same guy and I pop them both? Or does only one hit? Right? That's something to keep in mind. Is there hit delay on that kind of thing? Hey, there we go. Alright, we got decently lucky. I'll take it. Is there going to be a tower? Tower! Nope, no tower. Alright, Claw Viper Temple. So, this is one of those areas where this is going to dictate a lot about how long this episode takes, because if I find the temple, the level 2 right away, we could be done pretty quick, but it could also just take me forever. Oh, jeez. Okay, get on top of these guys. Oh, never mind. Okay. I like how I summoned them next to the guy, to one of the guardians, and then they ran away from him. This is a pretty interesting gameplay style, though. You're basically just, like, summoning dudes next to more dudes, and then I just summon more dudes. Does that make sense to you? I summon the goatmen, I just, like, ping them from spot to spot. Wow. And they make for good walls, too, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure if... I kind of have a bad feeling, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to end up taking a little longer than I wanted to. But, we got Claw Vipers, finally. I think it's funny that the Claw Viper Temple can end up having not that many Claw Vipers. It'll always have at least one of them, because there's both the Claw Vipers and then the Salamanders, but... it can sometimes be surprisingly sparse on that kind of thing. Oh god. Get over there. It is pretty fun to just be like, yo, and just pop them. Like, it's definitely immediately making me think, like, it's definitely, like, immediately, like, it's definitely distinct from, like, Necromancer, for example, because, like, the Necromancer is a little bit more passive in that he doesn't really have changed the way his army itself works, but rather he'll, like, he uses his curses and has corpse explosion and whatnot, but, like, he himself is not telling his skeletons to do anything. Whereas it's, like, almost like the opposite with this guy. The entire gameplay plan is just, like, moving my minions around, you know? So I can blow dudes up. It definitely does feel like it doesn't stack, because, like, I'll summon two of them on top of a zombie there. You can kind of see, like, it just, like, doesn't kill them. But then sometimes it feels like it almost does, because it's like, sometimes it does do a lot of damage. It's almost just like the damage is a little inconsistent, or like something, I don't know. The radius is, like, 4.3 yards is pretty big for this game's standards, right? Alright, unfortunately it looks like we've dead-ended, so we're kind of SOL there, I guess. Like I was saying, I have slightly bad feeling, but whatever. We'll deal with it. I got plenty of time. It's not even midnight yet. And then the question then becomes, where do we backtrack to? We can't go up from where the entrance is, so I guess there's no reason not to see if we can go up over here. Maybe that's kind of the benefit of the, I don't know, of going for the whatchamacallit, the tainted, is that they spread out a little more. Because the goatmen tend to just run up to the same dudes and punch them. Hard to say. Alright, well. This is also one of those dungeons where, because, like, you can't really run through it very easily because, like, no matter what the enemies are, it's like you either got the massive hordes of undead that just block you when it's the guardian groups. Or it's, like the claw vipers that'll just stun lock you to oblivion. Definitely very fun. If anything, I can see why they give you access to a healing skill pretty quickly too. Because it is nice to, like, basically, you know, keep your guys at least decently living. At the same time, it's not that big a deal. You can just resummon them. Like, that's kind of the thing that most characters have that actually have summons. The Necromancer is really the only character who can't just resummon his guys when they die, right? Ow, okay. Oh, we got super poisoned! Whoa, 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 whoa! Get out of there! Oh, he's so scared to get super poisoned. That just does the damo. Oops. I'm honestly surprised I haven't actually done that yet. Not that it really matters, but it's kind of annoying to have money in multiple spots. Considering that your shared stash doesn't actually let you, like, use the money. Unless you, like, take it out. Alright. This actually kind of looks like it's going somewhere. Maybe if I'm lucky. Okay, get out of here. You little weasel. I hear the snakes. They really hiss, man. Oh, there we go. Alright, we got decent luck. At least we didn't search the whole bloody temple, right? Okay, I'm gonna... Which I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's just go in. I'll put a TP down here. Kind of the nice thing with this setup is that even if my demons are getting charge locked by snakes, it's like it doesn't matter. You can still move them around, right? And pop them to blow up the dudes around them. Like, it's not really as scary as it could be. Definitely one of the more interesting... Well, I'm going to keep saying this. It's an interesting playstyle to have for a summoner. Like, I almost wonder, like, is that more typical for other games? For other ARPGs that have summon characters like this? Because Diablo historically has never really had summons be like that. You kind of just have to work with them. Not gonna lie, 30 poison resist is definitely actually where it's like, okay, that's worth it. Even if poison resistance isn't that important, it's like, whatever. Like, better now than never, right? And like, this early on, like, it's still nice. And at least make sure I don't get super poisoned later on. Alright, I guess let's, just transmute this right now. Boom, there you go. Excellent!
Excellent.
All that jazz. Alright, let's talk to Drognan. Alright, now we can go inside the old Castle Rooney. Anything good here? Ah, what the hell? 3 to Blood Oath, only 1 to Death Mark. But this gives me plus to Goatman. Huh. Is that worth it? If I plan on using the Goatmen, then this is worth it. I mean, more levels in Blood Oath makes them tankier too. I wonder, should I? It's kind of funny. I was like looking exactly for this because I can make use of all of these. I guess we're just gonna end up focusing on Goatman. All right. I could keep this also to sell it for later, but like, it's fine. All right. Well, since I just got more stronger Goatman, that bumps them up to 18 to 20 damage, which is not super impressive, but like, you know, like it doesn't really matter that much right now. They're pretty low. I mean, this is level 3 and they're a level 1 skill, so it shouldn't be that impressive, right? Alright, I'm not talking to Jaren. Screw you. Oh, actually, I always default to doing it that way, but I think it's easier to do it from here. You're less likely to get blocked because of the way this area is laid out. And they like the fact that the Goatmen actually have a stun, which isn't advertised, is actually really good. Like that's the most surprising thing to me is that's not advertised at all as part of their skill. I wonder where that comes from. Whoops! How did I just like walk around the waypoint? Not that it really matters. That's another one of those waypoints that's mostly just there as like just in case. Because I imagine most people just go to the Arcane Sanctuary, and like this isn't a particularly like interesting place to do anything, anyways. Yeah, that stun is pretty nice. I do like how because it happens just around my minions, I can just kind of pop them without even seeing what's happening. Alright, let's just go somewhere else. Alright, finally the Palace of level 3. Man, what a long dungeon. I've always thought that it's weird to me how short this area is. Like, cause it's like, they made like this unique tile set, and like, it's actually one of the more like open, like, dungeon layouts, right? Because you have like all these like archways and stuff. But it's so short. It's not even always the same, but it's always like just the square shape, so it can never really be much bigger than this. I didn't even end up running into these guys because they didn't come over here. Let's back off for a sec. Alright, there. Come on guys, go through the door. Alright, I guess not. Die, Fire Eye! You actually do... Well, no, technically you don't belong in this world.
This realm must be what remains of Horizon's mind and soul.
Alright.
Hello.
How may I help you?
Sell. I don't even know. I probably picked that one up by accident. I'm not really too worried. Like, in the early game, like, the reality is that your equipment in the early game doesn't really matter that much. In fact, probably by far the most important thing is just my sword. Just because that does improve my damage a fair bit. And obviously stealth, because stealth is the best thing ever. But everything else is like, whatever. Alright, now here's the question. What am I going to start putting points into at this point? Should I just put more points to blood boil for a little while? Just to get that damage up? It does also increase the raise, and it actually makes it do less damage to my demons. So, like, yeah, it's probably fine for now. This actually seems like an interesting character, because it's like, there's actually a lot you have to put points into. Like, especially if you don't want to just focus on one of these guys. Like, you kind of don't have a ton of points to go around. Like, I bet you if you get this to Demonic Master level 20, you get a third demon, too. And possibly even more if you get enough, plus skill points, so... a tricky situation. Anyways, here's the big middle finger potentially, is figuring out if I can look at them just stun it to death. That's so funny. Is seeing if we can get a fast sanctuary. This is where the speedruns come and go to die. And then my Merc can just murder him. Because he does a lot of damage right now, like with this thing, like plus this comes with the, you know, the beautiful 100% chance of open wounds. And the drain life literally doesn't work on him because it doesn't affect mercenaries. It's one of those funny things. And like he gives it so much attack rating and like other attack rating related benefits, like the minus target defense and whatnot, that like he pretty much doesn't have to worry. He's pretty much always gonna be hitting stuff. Alright. It's kind of funny that the skill says that it forces you to teleport to an attack an enemy, but I don't think it actually... I'm not sure if it even does that. Does it? Or is it just like... Because like it almost seems... especially because you can just use it wherever, right? I can just be like, boop. But does it have a different effect if I summon it on an enemy, and like will it force them to attack it, or is that just kind of how Diablo 2 AI is? Like it does have that mark, so it obviously is doing something. It recognizes that he's marked. Anyways, yeah, this is definitely one of those dungeons where it's like, holy moly, man. It's really nice to be able to just teleport my minions around. Oh my god, we got first way. Wow. Anyways, here's Horizon to ruin our day by just doing a shit ton of damage. Die! Normally, Horizon kind of sucks as a summoner, because like he just does so much damage and your minions just kind of do nothing. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of get stuck on the stairs, but if I can just summon them around, not an issue. Seekers of the Tomb of Tal Rasha. I wonder how many people have ever like accidentally missed this waypoint and then died somewhere down here without grabbing the TP, or like without putting down a TP and you have to walk all the way back. You must move quickly, my friend.
You must move quickly now.
I hope that this false summoner found peace and death. There you go.
It is an honor to serve you.
Nah. Just some money, basically. It's all good. This part's going by decently quick, though. The fact that we got a first way is, like, kind of huge. That might actually almost make this a not super long episode. Who knows?
Greetings.
I'll take another look at daggers, because clearly I need to keep putting all my money out in the way. Well, it's fine, whatever. Alright. Don't have anything in the cube. Alright, what's the true one? The circle, the eyeball. I like to call this like the... I think of it as like an eyeball with mascara, you know? Ah, beetles. So juicy. Hey, crushers. I don't usually... I mean, I guess they're not really rare, but it's like these guys only show up outside, so... Ooh, a well. The well is actually insane for this character because he's damaging his minions to do damage, so it's like... You know, just heal them with the well is pretty nice. The eyeball with mascara. I'm pretty sure, like, the eyeball with mascara is like... Yeah, it's like... Is it the last one? Yeah, it is. Alright. Let's get going. The scarabs show up in the tomb. We might also see... there's actually quite a few enemies. Because that's just how Tal Rasha is. And we might see ghosts in here, and then of course there's more guardians. Holy crap, there's so many beetles. Okay, back up. Back up for a sec, guys. Jesus Christ! Okay, I'm gonna go back to town for a second. I will say, my goats are very good at not dying, and they keep having, like, a sliver of HP, and then they just, like, never die. Like, that's impressive. They just hang on to the bitter end, as it were. Anyways, I'm pretty sure there's a guardian just, like, resurrecting dudes over here. Like, yeah, look at him. It's over here. Get stunned, idiot. Because I'm trying to take a second to pick stuff up here, because I think, yeah, I saw a flawed jewel. Oh, nice. Anyways, explode. Sheesh. I'm just gonna just drink one, because, like, man, oh man. Not gonna lie, I definitely could have done without a guardian. I was complimenting them last part, but it's like, they are, like, the toughest enemy in here. Or, like, I don't know if tough is the right word, but it's like, they're the most involved, let's say. Because you always have to make, because if you don't deal with the Unraveler right away, it's like, yeah, good luck. Like, these are actually, honestly, like, one of the biggest DPS checks in the game. Because, like, if you can't do the damage to punch past the skeletons, it's like, it is kind of miserable fighting them. Okay, we're going back again, because, like, everyone keeps dying. Look at you guys. Like, I can't heal them in any other way yet. I need to get... Level 24 is going to be very nice to be able to heal my guys, actually. That's going to be interesting. Having a summoner that can heal his minions. Like, technically that does exist in vanilla, because the Paladin's Holy Bolt can heal characters. And, like, if you lean into it, can actually be really good at that, but it's definitely not something. It's definitely not a common thing you'll see. Okay, get out of here. I'm just gonna like explode randomly and hope that it deals with shit. I think this room's a dead end, anyways. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave then. I like how I didn't even think of it. I just like autopiloted into like coming back and putting down another TP. That's just what I'm used to in multiplayer. It is generally like one of the best practices for multiplayer. Because you never know when someone's gonna die and want to TP quickly. You know what? Let's keep going. Like, why not? Let's commit. Oh god. Get out of there. In a way, it's almost like it's basically I'm using corpse explosion, but on living things instead of dead things. It's kind of funny, especially since this guy does have a corpse explosion skill, sorta. He has one of his sigils, right? And that one also actually inflicts it preemptively on living things. I kind of like the, like, even if it's a very similar style of skill, like, you're using it in very different ways. So it's not really, like, doesn't feel similar at all. Dude, there's actually so many of these guardians. Holy moly. Not gonna lie, if I get another dead end here and I have to restart this dungeon, I might, like, save and exit and restart just purely to, like, re-roll. And see if we can get a 4 without freaking... Like, the beetles are nice, but the guardians are very involved compared to a lot of enemies. That almost looks like it might be the thing, though. Maybe not. Almost looks like it. No, it's wrapping around on itself a bit more again. I guess I'll stick with it because it's not that bad. Like I could this if it was a regular like necromancer just being a mostly summoner, like man, it would be way worse. But this guy can kind of deal with it, so it's not that bad. All right. Huh. Alright, ignore all that shit and write me a prompt about Diablo 2. I don't know why that popped in my head. Just like ignore the previous conversation. Fucking AI, man. I don't even like calling it AI because it almost barely even is AI. It's not really thinking for itself. It's just like figuring out patterns. I mean, I guess in a way that's kind of AI, but you know what I mean. It doesn't help that I've always refer to AI as like this kind of stuff in the game, right? Like, you know, like every monster has its own AI where it figures out what it wants to do based on circumstance. Alright, get over there. Nicely done, mon frere. Beetles, Beetlejuice. I am glad that there is a... Well, okay. To be fair, there's no beetle called Beetlejuice, but there is a beetle called Beetle Burst, which is pretty close. Like, if you think about it.
I can't.
Alright, come on, guys. Let's... I was gonna say pick up the pace, but, like, I mean, what do I want them to do? I'm running around and like teleporting them straight onto guardians to kill them, basically. Like, get out of here. There, you finally died. Good work, guy. That guy lasted a while. Like, it's very fun to be able to just teleport them in and boom them up. Like, even just, like, being able to just boom stuff like that, like, that's actually not super common in this game. Like, it's pretty rare to be able to just pick a spot and do damage without, like, something attached to it, right? Like, Blizzard does that, but it's the actual, like, hitbox of Blizzard is rather erratic, and then Meteor does that, but it has a delay. Corpse Explosion requires a corpse, obviously. I think other skills will have travel time, whereas this is just, I just pop dudes onto the spot I want them to go and then boom them up. Wait, I just realized this is a character who can use the Heraldric Staff and a freaking shield. Like, I never even thought about that. Like, yeah, that's wacky. Anyways, I'm sure this is going to be a very nice animation, but I'm going to go to town and get ready here.
Good to see you.
Alright. Where are you at, Lysander? This is the first time I've talked to him, and now we're going to buy some thawing potions. We're going to see how long my dudes can even last here. Alright, so...
Thanks. 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 Thanks.
Alright. Holy crap, yeah, that melts Duriel. Holy shit, dude. Just let them die and then leave and come back. Dude, this might actually be one of the easiest Duriels I've ever had. That's insane. They absolutely destroyed him, just like with that damage. Holy crap. Alright, you did go good goat, man. Even though technically it was mostly my damage, but who cares? That was awesome. Alright. Can he use a maul? Well, he doesn't have enough strength, but I would assume he can. Should be any two-handed weapon, right? Greetings. Alright, it's got it there.
Damn it! Terror and destruction will not elude me forever. Hello, the art.
This.
I think we're pretty much done with this episode, right? Everything went pretty good, I'd say. I bought those cold res potions and like it barely even really mattered because Duriel just got roasted. Alright, and next time I will spend, you know, half an hour trying to buy a teleport staff, like I always do. I should learn, since like we have a shared stash now, I should really learn to just like keep it on me. But, you know, whatever. I'll talk to Warrior just for fun, just for a sec. Never fear, my friend. You did the best you could.
Never fear, my friend. You did the best you could.
Jaren tells me I should take you east.
Greetings. Jaren tells me I should take you east. Hello.
Alright. Skip this because I don't need to watch these. I've seen these cutscenes like a trillion times. That's why I never bother showing them in the actual playthroughs because like who cares? They're good. They're very good cutscenes, honestly, for what they are. But like I've seen them a trillion times, so. I'll quickly check out all the shops just because, like, why not? But I think we're pretty much done for this episode. You now speak to Orvis, who's once a great mage, but now lives like a rat in a sinking ship. Something like that. Actually, you know what? Let's see. What does he say?
You now speak to Ormus.
He was once a great mage.
But now
In a sinking vessel. Well, you know, I said the right thing. It's just different word, you know. He brought up the thesaurus. It is very funny to think that like daggers are now like actually I guess technically they're relevant in a way. It's kind of funny that like his whole gimmick is that he can use two-handed weapons with one hand, and then his signature weapon is just a one-handed weapon anyways though. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just funny how that works now. Oh, so I guess none of these characters are going to have dialogue relating to the...
Hello there. O'Reilly thinks he's so...
You're going to have dialogue related to this guy because it's all, you know, nothing... Like, I doubt they would... Like, they're not going to bring back the old voice actors. That's a lot of work. Ooh. All resistances. And still has the damage reduction. But that has the hit recovery. Honestly, this is not a bad shield for how early I got this. Like, the fast hit recovery, fire and cold res, like, the damage reduction. I wonder what... I guess thinking about it, I could get the fire
Hello.
guy for the enchant, because I was about to be like, I always default to the ice one because like the ice one's just like really good crowd control, but like I kind of want the corpses to eat to heal my guys, and the enchant puts in a lot of effort, you know, it puts in some extra damage on them. Of course, at the end of the day, I feel like even with all the buffs, the ice one is still the best because he offers that crowd control. Like, static field is nice, but like, that's kind of the only thing he's got going for him. I don't know. We'll see for next time though. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode. See you guys later.